Evening, everyone.
Good evening and hello to you all. I hope you're all okay out there today.
It's lovely to see you on SPTV. My name is Matt.
And I'm Kirsty.
And we're MK Clairvoyants.
And that was a bit squeaky. Sorry about that. I hope you're all okay out there.
So nice to see you. Nice, as they say.
Good game, good game.
But it's nice to be back on our Monday night. And for all those people who join us as normal, lovely to see you. But for those people who are new to the show, welcome to you also.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been really lovely to have us entertained by your lovely and fantastic stories. And today our show is a little bit different, isn't it, Matt?
It is. So the way that the show works is that we post a question each week. And the question this week is, how do you deal with unspiritual people in a spiritual way? Please keep it clean.
Yes, be nice.
And also...
not like Mr. Producer saying.
Also, if there is a question that's you want answering, then you put that question. If that's chosen or in response to ours, then that person will be answered, and then that person will get a reading. So please don't be sending us things like, can you see my dad, can you see my mum? Although, that's lovely. There are other shows that you can do that on. The idea of this is to give you growth, to give you knowledge, to move you along the spiritual path, and then to get the reading. So slightly different.
And have a little chat, because we are here, SPTV, and we are a little family all of our own. And we like to think that our Monday nighters are a little family all of our own as well. So if you're jumping on, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes. And obviously we have lots of people, and the first one we have got is Stacey Shaw.
Hi, Stacey. How are you, my darling?
Hello, Lynn Taylor.
Lynn Taylor, nice to see you.
Hello, Kim Byrne.
Lovely, Kim. Nice to see you, darling. Hesval, welcome.
Hello,
Thank
Hesval.
you.
Hello, Hanby.
Hanby, hi. Hi to you.
Hello, Kelly McKeating.
Yeah, lovely to see you. Oh,
hello
lovely
to you,
Sally. I hope your voice is better, my darling.
Yes, most definitely.
And
hello,
Pamela, nice to see you too, darling. And I hope you feel better too, sweet.
Rhonda Robertson.
Hello and a good evening to you.
And hello, Lacey Ma.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
in
you
bed
sound
on
not
the
too
Baileys.
well. Or is it just an excuse to drink the Baileys there, Lacey Ma?
Do you know what? I don't blame you. Baileys is gorgeous, isn't it?
Hello, Christine Davis.
Christine Davis, good evening to you, my darling.
And hello, Daniela Satora.
Yeah, good evening, Daniela.
Santorato.
Yeah, I
hello,
say
Kelly
that.
Rocket.
Kelly Rocket, nice to see you. And Holly Johnson, lovely
hello,
to see
Holly.
you too.
Hello, Angel Moon.
Angel Moon, what a lovely name. Oh, hello, by the way. Sorry, I was cooing over your name.
Hello, Tina.
Tina Place, lovely to see you, my darling. So lovely.
Okay, so Kelly McKeaton, in response to ours, where we said, what do you say to unspiritual people, is yes, I keep my opinions to myself and I expect them to do the same. It seems to work for me. A good approach.
It is a great approach, Kelly, but I have to say you have a lot of faith in people there and you're expecting them to do the same.
Yes, unfortunately, not everyone's the same, are they? And sometimes people can't help not keeping those opinions, and sometimes we just need to make sure from ourselves, Kelly, I'm sure you'll do this, but making sure we've got our protection up and that we're just guarded against words that hurt. So.
Okay, so Kelly, I've just pulled you a card. Sorry, Mr. Producer. I thought I'd just jump straight in there. And if you could pop, that's it, you're an angel, thank you. Right, okay, so Kelly, I want to say to you, stop worrying, my darling, because you've pulled the card up that says, all is well. Now, this card has got lots of gold around it, and I keep feeling that, this is about you and your as a person. You are almost like golden, and you radiate this love and everything around you. So have a little bit of patience. Everything's happening exactly as it's meant to. I feel you've got questions and you're firing questions up in the air all the time. And it's like, is this going to work out? What do I do? That kind of stuff. And I want to say you're going to know very, very soon. But I do need to say to you, in the process of this, you need to listen to your own feelings, okay? And don't let others talk you into doing things that you don't feel right. It doesn't sit right with you, just to keep the peace. So no more keeping the peace, and just allow yourself now to open up and just be, you know, be kind of happy and relaxed and open for changes. And the last thing I want to say is a lovely happy surprise is coming your way. How cute is that card? That is just, I'm going to show you again. That's such a cute card. It really is. And I want to say to you, it's a divine intervention card. They've kind of jumped in and stepped in and said, here you go. So open your arms, my darling. It's all going to be just fine.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad you understand, Kelly. Thank you.
Okay, any more lows, please, Mr. P? Hello, Deborah Edmonds.
Yes, hello to Deborah Edmonds. I love the way that YouTube goes, duh for Deborah.
Hello, Alison.
Alison, but hot chocolate and Baileys. Oh, Alison, now you are talking. You know, although I don't mind a little bit of Baileys and Tia Maria. That's rather luscious.
Hello, Melanie Gower.
Melanie Gower, nice to see you. Lovely, darling. Nice to see you.
Hello there, Lauren.
Lauren, hello to you. Looking lovely as ever.
Hello to you, Tina. Any more questions, please, Mr. Producer?
Yeah, so just to remind you again, the way to get a reading is send out a question or answer ours.
So Stacey's put, send them lots of love and healing. Tell them they're sorry they are having a bad time at the moment, but things will get better for them, and say, take care of yourself before you leave them standing.
That sounds beautiful, Stacey. I tell you, I am very impressed if you can follow that through. I really am very impressed. Yeah. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it's very difficult sometimes to do that. Sometimes you have to bite your lip. Sometimes you have to dig deep, because unfortunately, you know, people, when we're so sensitive, will affect us, and we need to be aware of how they affect us. And we need to also check in with ourselves as well, and sort of say, you know, these are my values, they might not be other people's, or why is this also irritating me? Because sometimes when we're irritated by something, it's not because of what the person's saying, they're triggering something within us, or there's something in us that we don't like.
That's very true, Mr. Grogan, very true. So it's always worth having a little check-in and think to yourself, why am I a little bit irritated with that? Is it, you know, is there something going on for me within this scenario? Quite right, Mr. Grogan.
So, Stacey, for yourself, I'm aware, obviously, of your grandmother, but I'm also aware of another person here as well. It feels like a gentleman. I feel like I've got like a collapsed lung that's given way. It's affecting my breathing. It's on my my left side that it's affecting, and I just feel that it's affecting my breathing. So I don't know if it's a collapsed lung or water on the lung, but I'm feeling that, and I feel like I'm going like a grandfather figure. I'm feeling very, very tired. I'm feeling really worn out. I feel like I fought for quite a few days. I also feel that there's quite a lot going on around you at the moment. I feel that, you know, there's lots of stress and lots of worry around you, and I just need you to have the strength and resilience within you. You put that about, you know, acknowledging that they're having a bad time, but it's also about you acknowledging it. And one of the things I would say with the conversation we're having about tonight is sort of say, you know, check in with yourself about how you're feeling, and acknowledge it's okay to feel the way that you do, and acknowledge to say, you know what, I'm not having a good time. Perhaps this isn't the right time to take umbrage with whatever's happening. Equally, to raise my voice, and I want to say lower to their levels. I need to say to you, you have made a lot of a lot of progress over the last sort of 18 months. I don't mean just for your mediumship, but as you as an individual. I need to say, I know you're working the spiritual path, but you have changed as a result of that. And you've gone back to the more sensitive you. But as we become more sensitive, we also need to be aware that we need to put more protection around ourselves. And we also need to be aware that sometimes we might take things to heart. So you take care of yourself. Can you also ask with, and I'm not sure which of your daughters this is, without going into anything personal, but it's the one who was decorating. Okay, it's only young, and I just need to say to her she needs to also check in with her emotions and just say, because like mother, like daughter. Okay, sometimes she takes things to heart because of what other people say, and she needs to put that protection around herself. So thank you very much.
Oh, that's lovely. Hope that makes sense to you, Stacey. Stacey says, I have made lots of changes and become more calmer and less hot-headed. Oh, that's really lovely. I have done the same, my darling. It really, really pays off. And you get to a point where you think, I don't want to be that grumpy bump anymore that flies off the handle. So good for you, Stace. Good for you, my darling. Okie dokie. So tell me, Mr. Grogan, how do you deal with spiritual people?
Hello, Melanie. Hello, Mark.
Hi to Mark as well.
And I just need to say before I answer that, what I was saying, I was just looking at your picture the other day. I think it was your wedding anniversary. So all the best to the pair of you.
Congratulations on your wedding anniversary.
So, and I hope
lovely couple.
You're still continuing to enjoy Ireland, and hopefully we can get over there this year, that we can hopefully see you in Belfast again working.
Yeah. Melanie, think of a question. Think of a question that you want to ask or have a little chat about, and then you get a reading if it gets chosen. And the same is if you answer our question, which is,
how do you deal with unspiritual people in a spiritual way?
And that doesn't mean duff them on the nose either. That's not spiritual.
Or
just throwing it out there.
Or anything like that. Sorry, in answer to your question, sometimes I have to check in. And sometimes I have to take a step back because I'm not in the right place to deal with that individual at that time. But that's by checking in with myself. And the final thing is, I need to acknowledge before I meet anybody that day of how I'm feeling. So it's about being aware from the minute I get up to the minute I go to bed. How am I feeling that day? Am I in the mood for dealing with people? I don't mean that disrespectfully, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but sometimes I'm sure, guys, that we become that sensitive, or we deal with that many people, and we're helping that many people. Sometimes we need time just for ourselves.
Time out. I think when you're kind of squashed in at the moment as well, on lockdown, one way or another, it does make you want to have a bit of peace just for you. And there is no disrespect to the people you're living with, or the people you love. Alison! Alison Barton, that's not spiritual. She said you don't. Okay, so you're allowed to hit with a baseball bat if they're zombies, apparently, according to what Mr. P says.
Other than that, we've never seen Alison in our life. We deny all sort of recognition of her. No. We know it's not a baseball bat, but thank you for pointing out, Alison.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. B. Cue Mr. Producer.
Joe.
And Joe.
Hello, Kim.
It's just being too cheeky today, Mr. Producer is. Right, yes, Kim Byrne. Respect their values and be true to yourself.
Yeah,
I agree.
But I want to say, but go on, sorry.
No, it's all right, carry on.
No, I was going to say, but with that, yes, it's important that you respect their values and their beliefs and be true to yourself, but it's also about respecting you. What I always say, if you're, it doesn't matter if you're a spiritist or a believer in another faith, but very much if you're a spiritualist, is you are responsible for your behaviours, your words and your actions only. And those who are of a spiritualist will know the fifth principle of personal responsibility. Indeed. And you are responsible for only those. So don't take on other people's behaviours, words and actions. And as Kim said, be true to yourself.
Okay, and let's give Kim a card, shall we? Okie dokie. Okay, Kim. Now, I'm getting quite a bit here. Oh, goodness me. A career transition. Okay, so this again is an opportunity for you, darling. It's not necessarily something that you have to do yourself. You have free will and you are allowed to say no if that's what you want. I feel almost like it's either promotion or more work coming in as well with that. So I don't know if you're actually looking for a new job, but do keep your mind open for that, because I want to say that's going to hit within the next perhaps 6 months that you're going to cop that if you haven't copped it already. Okay. I want to say to you as well, you are great at manifesting. So I want to bring that manifestation, right? Make sure you're crystal clear. Absolutely crystal clear intentions. And what that means is don't send out wishy-washy ones. Well, I'd quite like a car that would have 4 wheels. Well, then you can get a car with 4 wheels, and you can manifest a car with 4 wheels, but one of them might have a flat tire and be wrecked. So you need to make it specific and really think about what it is that you want. I want to say as well is, when you don't have such happy thoughts, which we all get and we all have, just allow yourself to think of nice things, wonderful memories, and treat yourself to something that might be really something you're not used to doing, because I feel that you, my lovey, are one of these life's givers, and you give and give and give and give and give, and it's time for you to start sitting back and saying, this is a really difficult situation, I'm going to look after me. How can I do that? Is it with having sort of making your own facials? Is it, homemade recipes for hair masks and stuff like that? Or is it something like learning? Is it something like treating yourself to, there's lots and lots of things that you could do. And I don't just mean a bottle of wine either. Although if that's what floats your boat, you do that too. Snuggle yourself down in a blanket, do whatever works for you, but just allow yourself to look after yourself better than what you're doing. This is really important. Again, another one, a happy surprise is coming, and that's telling me and very soon. So keep your fingers crossed. Everything's going to all work out. You're going to get it all sorted, and keep looking after yourself. And I have to say, so thank you very much, Kim. And I have to say, with this looking after yourself, that's my personal view as well. When people treat you, unspiritual people treat you badly, or they misbehave, I agree with Matt, you have to check in. And sometimes if that means, like we just suggested to Kim, to treat ourselves. Now, Matt was really lovely to me recently, bless him. And what he did is he treated me, because, it's been a bit of a tricky time or two for me at the moment. And he treated me. Do you know our lovely Wendy Lindsay that's on SPTV, and how fabulous she is? Well, he treated me to a spirit drawing. And can I just show you this? How wonderful is that? Absolutely wonderful. Now, she said this is the beautiful Archangel Jeremiah working with me. So how wonderful is that? And this is the lovely Wendy Lindsay. So if you look her up, what a splendid treat to give yourself, or a gift. Maybe you fancy giving a Valentine's gift like that. That's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, Wendy Lindsay, SPTV, look her up. And this is the stuff she knocks out. How amazing and beautiful is that?
The other thing is, that's the black and white print. It did come in all purple and different colours as well. So
well, it's amazing, black and white, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I was looking up for, because obviously I mentioned about personal responsibility, but obviously we've got a lot of American viewers that come on SPTV, and I was just looking at the American equivalent, because in America they have 9 principles that they use, not because they like to do things bigger than us. Okay, it's just the way that they're are formed, and theirs is, we believe the highest morality is contained in the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto them. So that's just if you are an American viewer, that's the National Spiritualist Association Congress, which is National Spiritualist Association of Churches. Sorry.
Fabulous, thank you.
Like the SNU equivalent in America.
Oh, thank you. So yes, yes, thank you guys. Yeah, Wendy Lewis, amazing, absolutely fantastic spirit artist, and I am very, very blessed to have an archangel working with me at the moment. And what a picture, guys! I cannot recommend this lady enough for you. I really can't. So big shout out for Wendy.
Lucky to have her on SPTV as well.
We are very lucky. Yes.
So hello to Claire Louise.
Yeah. Hi. And a very cute hat. Ah, Claire Louise is on Wednesday. What? Wendy's on Wednesday. I thought, what? Okay, sorry, I'm mishearing things in my
I thought you
head.
said the same thing.
You thought you said
I was
the
about
same.
to say who, Claire or the cat?
Oh, right, okay, so.
Claire might be on Wednesday as well.
One too many waters, I think, Mr. P. So, yeah, Wendy's on Wednesday. So, oh, Siobhan, please, darling, do not apologise for being late. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you popping on.
So hello, Siobhan. Hello, Sabrina.
Hello, Sabrina. And just to remind you, how you get a reading today is...
you answer our question or post one of your own. Our question is, how do you deal with unspiritual people in a spiritual way? There may also be that you have a spiritual question that you want answering yourself.
Yep.
And then for either way, once we've answered that, that person then gets a reading. So that's how to get a reading. Read that.
Lacey Marr said, I turned my heating off 3 times today and it kept appearing back on by itself. Really weird. But I had a feeling it was my dad taking the mickey. Well, then I would imagine, my darling, you're probably right.
Trust who you've got there, Lucy.
Yes, indeed, indeed. So, come on, guys, let's throw a few more questions. Not to take the possession of their energy. It's not yours, it's theirs. Civility costs nothing. Do you know what, Angel Moon? You're very, very right. Very right. Taking possession of their energy. Well, you know, it's also about owning your own, isn't it? You know, it's not just about taking possession of theirs. You've got to own your own energy. You've got to say, well, actually, I've got to, you know, I may be coming this, you know, coming at me, but I'm going to put out what I want to put out and not be drawn into that. And absolutely, civility costs nothing. I'm a so-and-so for please and thank you. I tortured my children, chasing them around, making them say please and thank you. All 3 of them will tell you. And it doesn't cost anything. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about personal responsibility from a spiritual way. But, you know, with responsibility comes choices. And it's in, you know, I spent probably the best part of 20 years working with special needs children and adults. And, you know, a lot of behaviours or forms of communication. But what I always used to say to the students is, yes, you have sort of, you're not allowed to do, you have responsibilities, and you know you have rights. But with those rights, you have responsibility, and with responsibility, you have choices, and you have a choice to do something good or something bad. And if you just choose to take the wrong one, then you've got to suffer the consequences of your actions. Now, if you look at, you know, what I just said about what you do unto us, you do unto them type of thing, and we think of the basics of karma, then we've also got the thing of, you know, what we put out to someone. So if we give out sort of anger, we're going to get anger back. And, you know, so if we want to do something and get positive things, we will need to give out that positive also. So it's about making the right choices. So very much the case, Angel Moon. Yeah. So thank you for that. And it is about owning and taking responsibility for your actions also.
Yeah.
So very much.
Yeah,
So.
send them love. I think that's kind of what more or less you're saying in that respect, because the way I see it is, how miserable and sad is it to feel continuously jealous? That churns your stomach up. How is it to feel so, so angry at somebody or something? And if somebody says something really angry at you, it takes a lot of energy. And what is going on for that person? And I know that it's not always as easy to take that option, but sometimes I read something quite recently and it says think before you react, and I thought that was pretty awesome.
So I have a lady with you, Angel, that comes in. I probably want to put her about 5'2", 5'3", very slim to the body. I feel on mother's side of the family, I feel she draws closer now. I'm more of a grandmother, but on my mum's side of the family, I speak very, very quietly. I am very sort of gentle in my manner and my touch and everything else. I do feel very spiritual with this lady, and I feel very, very wise with this lady. And I feel that, if she was here now, she would be sort of giving you sort of inner wisdom and some of the things that you talk about with what you've just said. I do feel that you connect well with this lady, and I also feel that this lady is around you quite a lot. I also link in that you see birds around. I know that there's that old cliche that people see robins and all of that and feathers and everything, but I do believe that you do see birds, because she's shown me birds, but she's giving you doves of peace, because there's a need for peace around you at the moment, and there's need for peace of mind. And she's just sending these blessings and sending you love. And she's sending these within rose petals, which she puts at your feet of pink rose petals, and she just blows you a kiss and says, trust whatever's going on at the moment, you have it all under control. I can leave that with you. Thank you for working with me.
Oh, that's lovely. And thank you, Angel Moon, for stopping the time and spending the time to jot down an answer to our question.
So, hello, Kaylee Byrne.
Hi, Kaylee. Nice to see you.
Hello, Neelam.
Neelam. Nice name. It's a pretty name. Hi to you.
Hello, Terry.
Lovely Terry. Lovely Terry Ball. Hello, my darling. I hope you're right.
So Stacey's put, another way to deal with them is to ask one of your loved ones in spirit to go and haunt them. You know what? I do believe Kirsty did exactly the same thing, because I keep getting woken up at the middle of the night. I'm trying to get to sleep.
I actually terrorise my kids and tell them if they don't behave, I'm going to come back and haunt when I die. But that's about as good as that gets.
Hello, Desiree. Nice
Hello
to see you.
there, lovely Desiree Carmi. How are you, my darling? Okay, so, excellent question, Melanie Gower.
So, Melanie Gower, I just want to point out, we do know, because we met her and her lovely hubby in UK and then again in Belfast when they moved over there. So, we do know them a professional way, but that's about it. So, question for that is, what advice is coming through from Spirit to keep motivated and focused at the moment?
So I think, obviously, you're working with Spirit at the minute. Sorry, Melanie, you've got so much trouble there. I'm working psychically with the cards. You're working spiritually.
Just a minute.
Who's just got to answer that question? How can I answer that question?
Sure, go.
No, okay. Well, indeed. What advice? You got to do a reading then. I think, yeah. What I think actually is we both can answer that question. Okay. So what advice is coming through from Spirit? For me, I am continually being told peace, keep your peace. And find your peace in through the storm, and that's what I hear a lot of at the moment. I've been doing a wonderful trance course at the moment, and it's been allowing me to do quite a lot of trance mediumship, and it's totally cool, I won't lie. And a lot of my guides and a lot of the guides that I've been working and practicing with, they're coming up with very similar things, saying you need to find your peace in the midst of all this storm. So that's my answer to that question. Over to you, Batman.
Okay, Mel, I have a mother figure with yourself, and I do feel this is more like a mum, and there's lots of similarities in the whole of the face with yourself. And I just feel with her that since she's gone over, there's been a lot of peace that she's had. I feel as she draws close, I have lots of pains around the heart area, and as well as sort of like has sort of pains for there, I do feel that this lady suffered a lot of emotional pains when she was on the earth plane. This is why she's found the peace. I also feel with this lady that things haven't been easy for all of you, but especially I'm being taken to your daughter. Now, I know you have a number of children, but this is the daughter that we know, and the taking that has been upset there. So there's been healing been sent from by this lady for your daughter to ease that emotional hurt. For yourself, I need to give you trust. And I'm being told trust isn't always your greatest virtue, because what slips in is a bit of doubt, you know, okay, I believe, but then 2 weeks later it's like, no, I'm doubting again. So I need to have trust. Know that things take time to unravel and things take time to happen. If we could all just click our fingers and everything be sorted by Spirit, then wonderful. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. I'm being very much taken to the month of June for things to settle down. Okay, now obviously I am not a fortune teller, so I can't predict what's going to happen in June. I'm just being taken to the month of June for yourself. There's also a significant anniversary on or around the 6th of June. Now, generally I give dates, so it's either on the day or 2 days either side. So you're going from the 4th to the 8th with that anniversary. But I do feel it's linked with this lady. And the final thing I need to say to you is your peace will also come in from your surroundings, from the nature and the surroundings of where you live. Okay? And if I can leave that with you, thank you.
Melanie, I also... Oh,
Okay,
happy birthday to Tina. Melanie, I need to just quickly jump in after the end of that, because as Matt was talking, I kept hearing you need to also find a balance. And I want to say, I want to hit all of you with that word balance, all of you, in one way or another. You, your other half, and both your kids. I want to say, both your girls, that's when... thank you. When Maddie's back in the UK with her grandparents. Oh, bless her. Oh, that's lovely. And that's, again, that's perhaps why she needs her balance. I wish she can take the 6. That's fabulous. Thank you. I want to say balance in every area of your life, my darling, in every area of everybody's life within your close-knit family, darling. That'll get you through. That'll help you. And the last one is laughter. They're also saying laughter. But hey, I know your other half, and you're not short on that.
Definitely not.
So thank you so much, my darling, for tuning in, and lovely to see you both.
Hope to see you in Belfast soon.
Yes, that would be really nice. Really nice.
So thank you, Fat Melly and Mark. Okay, moving on, Mr. Producer. Kirsty Grogan. Nice to see you.
Lovely. Okay. Sabrina.
I never had the problem. I see spirituality as a way on being never sorry to something else than me being just myself. That's a lovely way to be. And perhaps that's something we need to learn from. That it's just, you know, from a spiritual point of view, you just need to accept who you are, which brings you peace and allows you to have peace with the people. So thank you for that, Sabrina.
Yes, absolutely, Sabrina. I'm just pulling you some cards right now. Okay. So, first thing I want to say to you, darling, is this about your timing. There's something that I feel that you're ready to do right now. Obviously, there are restrictions for things, so think outside the box. There's something in your life at the moment that you're ready, you're prepared for. You are ready in the sense that you have built up the energy, you've built up the knowledge, you've built up, you know, the wisdom, the courage, the faith, and all this kind of stuff. You're ready to do something right now. Spirit, I've been wanting you to do something, and I feel like you've been getting some form of messages. They must be tickling you on the head, because I keep getting an itchy head for you, tickly head. I also need to say to you, you know, this is about time for change, about, you know, the past is now in the past, and then that's exactly where it should stay. I feel like there's some parts of your life now that can move forward because of the work that I feel that you've done. But by the same token, not everything happens exactly as you want them to. So I need to ask you to be a little bit more patient, because everything is happening, but it is divine order. Okay, it's happening exactly at the right time. So look past all the underlying illusion of stuff that's going on. Stay focused on that, you know, end goal, and see that light at the end of the tunnel. Keep going, and you can do this. And I also want to say to you, my darling, you know, there's relationships have been quite a little bit tricky around you, and again, I'm being shown that's all about to change as well. But I do need to say, just continue to be yourself and open your heart to yourself and to others that are around you, and know that, you know, everybody all has a little part to play, even if it's we only take the time to listen to somebody within that. All right, again, as soon as I said that, listen to your true feelings. So I hope that was all right for you, my darling. Did I catch you napping, Mr. P? He's having a snooze in my ear there.
Hello, Bridget B.
Bridget B, hello to you. Lovely smiley face there, look. And it's a birth for Bridget. It's like, and a half for Hannah. Don't you just love YouTube?
So we've got Han B. I am void reacting. Take a step back and remember that we all have different journeys. Usually I find these people are less evolved and suffer more, so I try to have compassion.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Which was a thing we was talking about before, wasn't it?
Yes, it is. It's absolutely beautiful. And I think you're very welcome, Sabrina. You're very welcome. And I think, yes, it is a really good idea to take a deep breath before you react. Just step back before you react, because sometimes we can react out of anger, sometimes we can just a gut reaction, sometimes we can react because somebody it feels like someone's attacking us, we can attack back straight away. But I think it's, you know, everybody is having an issue, so for every reaction, whether it's yourself or somebody else, there's an underlying action. So that's also quite important to remember as well. And yeah, bring on the compassion, my darling, because there is so not enough of that at the minute.
So, Hamby, I have two gentlemen with you. One feels like a father, one feels like a grandfather. Both of them have got a good lot of hair on top of them. The father feels probably about 5'10" in height, maybe 5'11". The grandfather feels 5'7"-ish, 5'8". Both of them quite slim to the body. As they draw closer, I have the father with pains around the heart, and the grandfather sort of struggling with the breathing. I feel that, you know, they're both worldly wise. I feel that would have spoken the mind. But similar to you saying about sending compassion, I found that sometimes father was more understanding than grandfather, and that father would be he would allow you to make choices of what you felt was right, while grandfather would sort of mutter to himself and grumble a little bit. But I want to say they come around you just to give you a bit of strength at the moment, because I feel that, you know, you're struggling with this energy, and you're particularly struggling with the energy. It just feels like I'm not moving, I'm not going forward, and I just feel like stuck in the mud a little bit. The gentlemen are trying to pick you up and trying to take you out of the mud and allow you to go forward. And I want to find my path, and this is trying to get you onto firmer ground. They want you to find your path, because you've got like 3 or 4 paths that are open to you, and they want you to decide which one you want to take. Because it's almost like, I want to do this one, but then, oh, I might do that, or I might do this. So it's about deciding the path you want to go and going forward. I feel that this is very much career driven for your life one, but I also feel there's a spiritual. Now, if you're torn between the career and the spiritual, why can't one go side by side? Because out of the 4, there's one that's spiritual, the other 3 are life. I need to say to you, your spiritual, as in your human form, goes side by side anyway. It's one half of you. So you can allow the career-wise to give you what you need financially to support you, while allowing your spiritual side to be supported by your earthly life and allow you to go forward. The final thing I need to say to you, I've got a cat here in spirit. I've got a grey tabby, and I've also got a black and white cat that want to be recognised. And I just want to send from your loved ones lots of love for yourself, and I've cleared that with you. Thank you for working.
Oh, that was lovely. Oh, lovely. And her for Hannah, but I think it's her for healer as well.
It could be for hand. She could have a hand B and she could have a hand A.
She
A left hand and a right hand.
It could be a handle, exactly. It could be a hanky. She might have a dribbly snot box. So, on that note, we're going to move on. Hello to Linda Maxey. Nice to see you. Hello to Seven Ocean Skies. Yeah.
Just going to answer the...
Hi, Veronica.
Hello, Veronica.
Nice to see you.
So very quickly, in answer to your question, Seven Ocean Skies, yes, you can open and close. Some people struggle sometimes to open and close, especially close down. But yes, you can close down. It's important that you close down. So, you know, if you imagine working in a shop 24/7, you're going to be absolutely exhausted by the end of that 7th day because you've not rested. So when you are open too much, you know, be aware that you've got that door open on different parts of your meridians or your chakras, because you know we concentrate on the 7 main chakras, but there's various meridian points. If you look into sort of like Chinese medicine and stuff like that, just imagine sort of like junctions of energy in our body. Now, if we are open all the time, then we are susceptible to picking up on energies that don't serve us well. We get drained by people who are putting on us and everything like that, and it's not a healthy place. And also, it can lead to conditions like mental health and sort of depression and stuff like that, because we're exhausted, so we're vulnerable to negative energies, let's say, or energies, and being overwhelmed by these, most definitely. So hopefully that answers your question.
What he said. I don't need to answer that, do I? He's just about answered a lot.
Join a circle or get in touch with your spiritualist church, wherever you're based, Seven Ocean Skies, and basically they will advise you how to open and close.
I agree. It's very, very simple. It's very, very easy, but it does need a bit of practice. Oh, I've done a card for him. Whiz it back for me. Whiz it back for me. Seven Ocean Skies. Now, I am praying, young man, that that's you I'm looking at in that picture, because whoever he is, he's got the one that's got the reading. So I'm hoping that that is his, because I want to say I need you to soften your heart at the moment. With respect to a situation that's around you, and it says here, you know, all the people involved, including you, but I do feel that you are quite hard on yourself sometimes. I feel like you give your, it is you, oh, that's fantastic. I feel like you give yourself too much to do. There's always pressure there for you to do things. I don't know if you're kind of one of these men that just kind of is an all or nothing and then I'm flopping kind of guy, or you literally are absolutely everything, or you're sitting your mum on the sofa. Okay, but I want to say to you, whatever it is that you're doing, my darling, you are being too hard on yourself. Just allow yourself to just open your heart and say the stuff that's going on around you and the stuff that you've had that's affecting the now, i.e. the past, and the stuff you've been through, that all takes effect on how we are. So just be a little bit kinder to yourself. In fact, I know it's you because I can feel a pain in my heart, in my chest here with you. I also want to say, oh, bless you, darling. Hey, you know, hey, I know somebody that's always too hard on himself, you know, and I think it sometimes it's the perfectionist that drives you to say, I must get it done, I must get it done, I must get it right, and that's a little unfair, because there isn't anything as there is, you know, no such thing as perfection. There really isn't. Apart from Mr. Producer, apparently.
That's why it's called Mr. P, Mr. Perfection.
And I hear a few of you heard you singing the other day as well. I'm going to make you go red. So on that note, I want to say to you, Seven Oceans guys, they've got, you've also got too much to do at the minute. I feel like it's, I don't know if it's your head, your mind, your whole life, but I feel like I need to say simplicity. Look at that. Simplify everything around you. Bring in the peace, bring in the quiet, sit in the sunshine if you can grab it for a minute, because I know it's a bit dodgy this time of the year. If you can stand there for a minute in the sun, brilliant. Connect back with nature and animals. You know, if you have a pet dog, give the pet dog lots of cuddles. Bring yourself back down to the level of nature and absorb all that sort of stuff. Help let go of anything that doesn't serve you anymore, whether that's in your world as a physical thing, or whether that's in your kind of in your mind. Let go of stuff that doesn't sit right anymore. You know, time to start being a bit kind to yourself. And I want to say, although there are some what appears to be quite difficult changes around you at the moment, they will work out to be for the better in the long run. So have a little patience for yourself, open up, because sometimes things just need to happen in order to shine a light and see what's right and what doesn't, and what works and what doesn't. And I feel that's very much what is going on with you at the moment, darling. So be patient with yourself, cut down your workload if that's what's going on, bring in your peace in your mind, you know, and use the nature, because I know you are connected very strongly to the outside. I mean, goodness me, you've even got a picture there with you standing on the outside. I don't know kind of where you are, but it's you know, absorb it all, bring all that, you know, bring your roots down, and imagine, you know, yourself grounding a little bit more, because I do know as well you do need to ground yourself a little bit. Okay, all right. And one last thing I want to say, yeah, you must have pets, because I've just pulled the pets card. So if you haven't got pets, if you can borrow someone else's and give them a snuggle and give them a cuddle. Okay, all right, my darling, thank you for working with me.
It's like the angel of the north.
Yes, he is. I was thinking of Wurzel Gummidge,
Wurzel. Yes, we did hear. He's got a great voice.
He's got a great voice. Oh, you're making blush. Oh, we thought it was a singing ghost, Alison Barton. Fabulous, fabulous. Well, I hate to tell you this, but Richard should be on Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, what, as a comedy act?
Yeah. I was thinking of 3 crosses without.
He's gone, oh, missus, right in my ear now. Hi, Gary Walker. Gary Walker. Nice to see you. It's a lovely smile.
Yeah. Monica Jones says, hi, I hope all is well. I'm new here, but I just wanted to say thank you for your time and efforts and everything that you do, guys. I really appreciate it.
Oh, well, Monica, that's really sweet of you. And
likewise.
What beautiful hair you have, my darling. Absolutely beautiful. Proper little indigo. How absolutely lovely. Thank you, my darling.
Desiree says, just felt to say to you both that your energies are most gentle and kind, and your connection with spirit is really amazing. So glad I've met you both. You're welcome.
Oh.
Your £5 or your $5 will be in the post, Desiree, as we promised.
Please may I ask you a great question. Please may I ask you both your views on orbs. Do you feel they are our loved ones that have passed over the veil, and guides and angels? Well, for me, orbs are energy. Okay, it's rather like, it's a little bit, in my mind, it's a little bit like when you see a robin. All right, your loved one isn't that robin. They have asked and delivered in some way, manipulated the energy for that robin to come to you. Now, if I'm correct, orbs are energy. and they send them, don't they, when they're around?
But if you look at orbs, you'll also see spirit faces in there, and you'll see them. So they're sort of like the first manifestations that a person will see of that spirit energy.
But that is energy. That's just the thing. Spirit is energy. We're all energy. And, you know, angels, I see angels as something a little bit different. And I call them twinkles. And they kind of twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. That's what they kind of do. And they come in different colours. They come blue ones. They come silver ones. They come red ones sometimes. And those are angels. Now for me, yeah, you know, the energy is the orbs are the energy. And that is down from the spirit world. That's my view anyway.
Okay, so the orbs are the first, like I said, the sort of energy sort of presence of your loved ones coming through. Now your guides, they would have been with you, particularly your main guide would have been with you from the point of inception of when you touch the earth to the point of when you go back home. So they won't appear as orbs. And angels, with the exception of 2, haven't touched the earth. So as Kirsty said, that would be the little twinkles that you mentioned.
Yeah, and although they can manipulate energy, angels, they tend not to, because they you need free will, and you know, you need to ask them to do that effectively. Whereas your spirit loved ones will, you know, appear in front of you to help you. They don't need you to ask, if that makes sense.
So I remember a story where I had, I was actually carrying, and it was caught on video, that I was carrying this orb, carrying spirit energy. And then one day I was on my own where it happened, which is where I was living at the time. And every time I tried to get the camera near, the orbs would power it out. They would drain it, as in spirit would drain the camera because they didn't want to be seen. But yeah, it's the first signs that spirit are around you. I think
yeah, and like I said, it's spirit our energy, so that is effectively energy. So I want to say to you, Desiree, that if you're very lucky, you'll be able to catch them on camera and videos, and you know, there are lots and lots of people that have done that, particularly if they're working for a stronger energy within spirit, such as like a trance energy or physical energy, where things get a bit deeper, and I see them as well. So, and they are pretty, you can suddenly go and they go flying across the sky. So that's really cool. Okay, but just also be aware that it's not the bits of dust, because Mr. P does like saying, no, that's not an orb, that's dust. Don't you, Mr. P?
Dust particles, right? Especially like photographs and stuff like that.
Yes, yes. So
whose go is it? Mine or yours?
I don't know. I just put my cards away, but I'm quite happy to do it if you want. It's up to you. Did you do? No, I don't mind.
Okay, Desiree, I've got a grandmother around yourself. I again feel probably about 5'4" with this lady. I'm being told there is similarities with yourself. I feel really sort of joyous. I've got high cheekbones. I feel like I'm very motivated and come on, bring it on type of person. I wouldn't have been one to be down for long. It would have been like a day at the most. I've been back up. I was always a cheery disposition. I didn't like to show that I was unhappy. With her, I'm struggling with my breathing, and I feel that her passing was very quick. I've also feel like the whole of my energy has been taken, so I do feel that her passing was quick also. I do know that she was buried as opposed to cremated, and I do know that there was lots of people at her funeral from the community, because she was a very popular lady. I feel that I'm living on the 2nd floor, so I don't know if she lived in a flat as opposed to a house. But, you know, she's got a lovely way about her, and I just feel that when she's around you, that she brings you this sort of loving energy and gives you this lovely presence. I also need to give to you a cup, and in this cup, if I put it this way, inside is loads of tea leaves. So I do feel that she would have read the tea leaves. And I feel that there's lots of spiritual gifts within your family that come from her. And I just need to say to you that, you know, although it's been difficult for you this last 2 to 3 weeks, that, you know, you are becoming stronger again and you're coming back to the old you. And 2021 is going to be a lot better than 2020. Nothing to do with COVID. This is because there is emotional stuff that's been going on in 2020 in your wherever you live. But now you're coming out the other side, and week and day by day you're getting stronger, week by week. And as we go into February, you'll find another you.
So keep shining, Desiree, you beautiful angel, and thank you so much for your lovely question. And you know, that's the sort of stuff that we want today, guys. Sorry, excuse me, I got a lump there. So it looks like we're going to have a little look at what's on tomorrow. Deb Clark's Chatting with Spirit, an evening of mediumship with Deb offering free readings, and that's tomorrow night from 8 p.m.
Then at 10:30 we've got the lovely Rachel Galbraith. We mentioned last week about her lovely palmistry skills, but obviously it's not the only thing she does tarot and other card readings. And you know, if you get the opportunity to go on, it's wonderful. Take a picture of your palm and hopefully you'll get a palm reading. You know, very skilled lady, very knowledgeable, over 30 years worth of knowledge. Great show to watch. I know we've watched quite a few times. So that's 10:30 UK time. For US viewers, you're roughly about 3:30, 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, we both had our palm read by the lovely Rachel, and she's very accurate, and it's really, really interesting. So yeah, and when you do take a picture, you will get told off if you don't take a picture of the whole of your hand, including all your fingers. So yeah, and your palm. Is that correct, Richard? Excellent. Okay.
So Nilam's put, has put, how do we know we are a starseed?
What I'd like to say to that, my darling, is do your homework. Find out exactly what one is, look it up, and see if all the various different explanations. Now, bearing in mind, there's an awful lot on the internet about starseeds at the moment, an awful lot. So rather than sort of for me to say to you, are you this, that, or the other, go and check it out and look, does it fit? Does it feel right? You know, does it feel like you're that sort of person? I do know one of the common signs of being a starseed is that you never feel like you really fit in, and you don't feel like this is home.
Exactly.
That is, yeah.
And the other thing is that, you know, there is that sort of feeling that you've been to other planets and different things, but you know, there are other similarities to starseeds as well. You know, there's the indigo children and the rainbow children and all that thing. So look it up, because sometimes people get confused. It's also dependent on the time when you I don't know how old you are, but also sort of your lifetime. You know, some came to clear the way, some have come to make the earth a better place. So obviously starseeds is to make an impact on the environment and all of that. But as Kirsty said, you know, do your research.
Okay, so I'll pull some cards for you, my darling. The first thing I want to say is clairaudience. This is what it's got for you. It says, notice the loving guidance that you hear inside your mind or from other people. Now, with clairaudience, it isn't necessarily as I'm hearing Matt and you're hearing me. This is about what you feel that you feel that is inside you. It's kind of almost like somebody saying something with love, but it's in your head, you know, and you kind of just know it almost, that it's not your voice and not your thoughts. All right, so pay attention to those that come inside that, because you're being shown, you're being divinely guided. I want to say there must be friendship issues around you at the minute, must we? And I need to say, you know, if it's not friendships, it's relationships that on a kind of light-hearted way. I feel that there's been sort of ups and downs within these relationships there somewhere. I need to say to you, it is going to sort itself out, and I want to say very soon. So think about these people, you know, the friends in the, you know, the friend part, whether it's a relationship or whether it's a friendship. Think about the friendship part, because the real friendships do stick together. The real people do stick together. So with that, I want to say, look inside your heart, and does it feel right? You know, try not to get hung up on some of the hurt. Look at the big picture. Look inside your heart. Open your heart up, and know that everything's all right, my darling. Again, everything's all right. All right. So these friendships are going to sort themselves out very, very soon. Again, I don't know which one. That's definitely a relationship, but it could be a friendship as well. So just keep your chin up, darling. Keep your mind open, and just allow your heart to be the real you, and don't barbed wire it with negative stuff. You know, friends are very important, and so relationships, they're very important, and they help us become who we are. And sometimes, you know, just that kind and loving word. Yes, you're right. And friendship and relationships are so hard. My darling, just be patient with yourself. That's all I need to say, darling. And just open your heart, and don't allow others to shut it for you, or even you shut yourself. Because sometimes, you know, the biggest thing you can do is show your compassion to somebody else, because they might have a problem that you don't know about, or there might be something bothering them that you don't know about. Right, okay, clairaudience is a voice inside your head. Yes, it can be, but it can also be a voice outside your head, like Matt. Now, for me, the best way to describe that is, again, I want to just reaffirm that, because if it's a positive voice, first of all, okay, and second, it's a kind of loving, the way I see it, it's kind, you just know it's not your voice. You just know, because they may use words that you don't use. It may come in without you thinking about it. So it just kind of almost appears in your mind's ear. You know, you have your mind's eye. Well, I kind of want to say your mind's ear. So that's kind of what I mean by that. If it's a negative voice, then it's definitely not clairaudience. But a positive, loving, caring voice, or a voice that would just come in with words that you know that aren't yours, but they're always for the better. What do you think to that?
Yeah, in mediumship, inside our head we call subjectively, and outside we call it objectively. We can use that with any of our clairs. And to your last question that you've just said about, you know, it is difficult with friendships and relationship. As a sort of earth angel and sort of sensitive sort of starseed, like rainbow child or whatever, you know, you will struggle with relationship because of your sensitivity. So to bear that in mind as well. But
it won't be forever, darling. And the more you open your heart, the more you see the beauty in other people, see the light in others, and see the light in yourself. And you have heard a voice, a male voice specifically. Well, all I would say to you, darling, is just ask your angels to protect you. And if it feels like it's a positive voice, then I would say that's perhaps clairaudience. What do you think?
Yeah, most definitely. So thank you for that, Neelam.
Yes,
thank you for your question.
Thank you, my darling.
Okay, moving on, please, Mr. P.
I think I would try, and Pamela's written, I think I would try to explain, but allow them to have an opinion as long as they allow me to have mine. I wouldn't have to shove it down their throat. I'm so glad Pamela said that.
Yeah, and it's about respecting both sides of the view. And as I normally say, it's not that one person's right and one person's wrong. It's just differing of opinions.
Boundaries. No, your boundaries. Absolutely. Respect and boundaries. Rhonda Robertson, I would say if we will agree to disagree, if they would like to speak about it at another time, feel free to get in touch and wish them love and light. That's a really lovely way of saying it. That is, you know, at the end of the day, it is very difficult to say, you know, we'll agree to disagree, because, you know, depending on your nature, depending what the nature of the discussion is about, you know, and I think it's a very kind way of saying, yeah, okay, you have your feelings and I have mine, and, you know, never the twain shall meet, if you like. But I think that's beautiful and that deserves a reading.
Yeah, and it's about respecting both. Yeah. And if that doesn't work, then just say, I've got a dog, watch your ankles.
Yes, and it's a very beautiful dog with an absolutely smashing coat on.
Okay, I'm very much aware of what feels like more of a mother than a grandmother. I do want to say looks the same as yourself. I do feel like I've got light hair. I do feel with this lady that she's very strong-willed. She wouldn't have taken no for an answer. She would make her views very clear, but similar to yourself, would have also been polite. She wouldn't have been one to give her power away. And what she's making me feel like at the moment is I am struggling with my breathing. That's putting a lot of pain on different parts of my chest area. I also feel sort of not always with it, but I feel this is what she's indicating to me with yourself, that sort of at the minute I'm just feeling a bit lightheaded, and I'm sort of not grounded enough, and I need to ground myself. I also need to say to you that the reason she's coming, it's because you're not meant to give your power away. And there's a feeling that you've given your power away, and it's important that you reclaim that power back a little bit. It also want to say that with this lady, you know, she would have the most fantastic hugs, most enormous hugs. But by Joe, if I've done something wrong, I want to do this, and I get a clip round the head. But she laughs with that. She has very two sides to herself, this lady, the mother figure. And, you know, I wouldn't push my luck, because I know she'd clearly put me back in line. But I know if I really needed a hug, or I really needed that sensitive side, she'd give me that also. She would also give me her time as well, and sort of sit down with me and say, right, come on, what's the matter, love? Let's sort this out. Let's see what's going on inside that head. And she's saying to you, there's still so much love to give to yourself, but there's also so much love within you that's still to be given as well. So reclaim that love, reclaim that power, and reclaim who you are. Thank you for working on that.
Excuse me.
And she's just put, I didn't see the rest, because I don't look at the messages, unfortunately, Rhonda. I just got the last bit that says, oh yes, got many clips around the head as a youngster.
Oh dear. Sorry, me coffee had lumps in.
Oh yeah, her bark was worse than her bite.
Oh, that's quite apt, as we were talking about the dog as well.
So thank you for that, Rhonda.
Yes, lovely. Bless you, my darling. Thank you very much for forwarding and you know, your questions and joining in the conversation. And we do appreciate every single one of you that comes on. Okay. Pardon?
Hello, Tapatsky.
Okay. Yep. Hello, Tapatsky. That's a great name. Yeah. So we appreciate you all popping on. Thank you so much.
For those of you who are new to the show, post a spiritual question or answer ours, which is how do you deal with unspiritual people in a spiritual way? Or post something of your own, and then we'll answer that, and that person will get a reading. For those people also new, we've only got the headphones in simply to speak to the producer. This isn't giving us messages about the people. In some cases, we don't get pictures. Sometimes, as you saw in the last one, we just get a dog. But yeah, so that's how it looks. So the lovely Siobhan, do you want to read Siobhan?
Yes, Siobhan, thank you so much for your question. Now, your conscious mind. Now, I'm a hypnotherapist as well, so what I do is I work with the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Okay, now your conscious mind is what's working now. It's like blah, 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 it's 100 miles an hour. It's doing all these stuff that, you know, it's making me move my hands. It's making me talk. It's got very little memory. And basically, it's the one that chats when you do meditation. Okay, and your subconscious mind is more a factual thing. This is about more about it's like a big I was going to say file of facts then, but that's yes, it is a. Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say. You must be psychic. You are, and I think you might have heard me say that once or twice.
No, not at all. I just knew that. I picked up on the energies within the room.
Yeah, his pants are whoosh, pants on fire. Okay, so yeah, it's like a massive filing store cabinet. That's what your subconscious mind is. So basically, when you're meditating, your brain waves they change. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe it is beta, alpha, theta, delta. Okay, alpha, beta being when you're wide awake. And it's like we are now, you know, full of the joys of spring or tired or whatever. And your beta, your delta, I beg your pardon, is the one where you're asleep. So what happens is your mind effectively changes the waves. It kind of relaxes and goes into a deep sort of relaxation. So the ones when you're wide awake, it's wide awake. And the ones when you're beta, it's you know, it's really relaxed. So basically what is happening is that between theta, beta and theta, and that's the kind of that you're looking for meditation. Okay, no, alpha and theta, I beg your pardon. So it goes beta, alpha, theta, delta. Okay, so the middle two are a perfect kind of relaxation. So in a way, it is kind of not like talking to your subconscious mind, but it's just more about relaxation. So you don't need to kind of worry too much about your conscious and your subconscious mind. Just know that it's a different form of relaxation. And when I do my hypnotherapy, the person comes to me in the beta state, which is what you're talking now, and I relax them by taking them into like a meditation or do some relaxation techniques, and it slowly tips them down into either the beta or the theta brainwave, and then that way your conscious mind can clear off and go and have a party on a beach somewhere while you're sat here. I hope that makes some kind of sense.
The other thing is the conscious mind is the monkey mind, so if it's doing all the chattering and everything.
That's exactly that. That's what I said. That's what that was about. It's not lobster.
No, just chipping my bit in, dear.
Chipping your bit in. Okay. Is it a crab? Is it a crab or is it lobster?
Crab.
I was going to the side. He's saying crabs go to the side.
You do.
Oh, don't be so snappy, Mr. Producer. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. The old ones are the best. Okay, Siobhan. Let's have a lovely card for Siobhan. Okay. Oh, nice card. Siobhan. Let's have a nice card for Siobhan. Oh, lovely. Okay. So, first of all, I need to say to you, it's time for you to just get rid of all these worries and anxieties about everything, okay? Because prosperity, that's the one, what he said, is coming at you now. It's all your needs are looked after. You know, it may just only be enough money for you to do what you need to do, but it is definitely coming. You know, you're definitely going to be okay. All right, I'm not saying you're going to win the lottery or anything like that. I'm just saying you need to just relax, know that you are safe in everything that's around you. And, you know, there's some positive stuff coming towards you now as well. All right, this is also a case about not shutting out what I call, what a lot of therapists call the shadow side. And that is a side of you that is a little bit, sometimes it's a bit sad, or it's a bit grumpy, or it's a bit moany, or, you know, we all have that side. It's not the light but it's also shadow, because that shadow side tells you something. For example, if it's feeling a little bit anxious, you need to ask it, why is it frightened? Is it thinking of something else that you've done before? So I feel like I need to say to you, listen to your true feelings about this, because if you don't listen to your true feelings, you're never going to get to the heart of it. You know, don't let anybody, I know you're quite a strong lady, I feel that, but don't let anybody talk to you or again, lead you down the garden path the wrong way where you don't want to go. So keep that in mind. Stay true to you, all right? And last but not least, the card that I need to give you, my darling, is every Irish person that I know is absolutely awesome at this. So you need to bring that in. You guys sing songs. You have a dancing of the jig and you tell cracking stories and jokes. So bring the Irish out in you, my lovey, and start sharing it with the rest of the world, because you need a really good laugh. So tune into that lovely Irish. Oh, sorry, I was just looking at the little fairies down the bottom. They look like they're having a little dancing of a little jig, just as I was telling you about dancing the jig. I want to say, be aware of the moon as well, my darling, because I do feel that, you know, that it does affect you and your emotions, and just allow for that kind of to appear. If you know, for example, the full moon is just coming towards you, and you know, sometimes you feel a little bit sensitive and sometimes you could get things misinterpreted, you know, then just be aware of that. So be aware of your feelings around the waxing, the waning of the moon and the full moon, and that. Just make a little note to see how you feel. And I want to say, you've got this, darling. Everything's all falling into place. And let's have some of that lovely Irish spirit. And I don't just mean the Irish spirit they were drinking earlier either.
Well, it's very nice, that's a bit of the black.
Yes, so, a bit of the Guinness.
When you were saying about fairies, then when a couple of years ago, when we first went out working in Ireland, we went to Blarney Castle, and there's lots of fairy little doors and stuff in the gardens of Blarney Castle. So if you haven't had a chance to go there, Siobhan, it's worth going.
Yes, because I don't have to tell you, you probably kind of guessed this, but I've actually kissed the Blarney Stone. Shut up, Mr. Producer. But yeah.
And we've got the proof. So hello, happy, joy. Happy.
Yay.
Hello, Taurus J.
Taurus J. With it. Okie dokie. So guys, I just want to say this is time now that we're going to say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you coming on, like you wouldn't believe. We really appreciate, because without you, this show is just me and his nibs having a chat to nobody. So keep coming on, keep, you know, coming forward with your conversations, and you keep us so entertained with the chat. It's wonderful, isn't it?
It is, and you know, so blessed for you all to come on. So whatever you do this week, take care, look after yourself, and we look forward to seeing you again at 8 p.m. UK time next Monday.
Yeah, stay safe.
For now, take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. Stay safe.